Well, Jack, 15 all out. I suppose, could you envisage that you've had these years when you came from Exeter, nobody knew much about you, but you obviously relished your time at the Ospreys.
Yeah, I mean, to play 50 games for any club's a special achievement, particularly here. I mean, the amount of great players I've had here is amazing, and to play 50 means you've been doing something right over, I guess, a decent amount of period to keep yourself on that team sheet. And like you say, what did I envision? Well, I came to Ospreys because I wanted the opportunity to play rugby. That was it, and I like the brand of style they played. So, to be honest, I guess I'm just happy with how it's gone, and just want to keep adding to it now, basically.
And the fact that obviously your versatility has helped, you don't mind, you play 10, but you equally adept, obviously, at 15.
Yeah, I think the way the game's going at the moment, a lot of teams got to sort of that dual playmaking role, 10-15. I mean, you see the Italians had it against the Welsh on the weekend. England sort of brought it in. France did the same sort of thing. So I think how good teams are defensively now, you're almost not having two 10s on the field, but two primary playmakers to be able to attack both sides, because attack mine is so small. So for me, I'm comfortable playing wherever's needed. My role doesn't change a whole lot, to be honest. Your 10's in the backfield catching high balls, so's your 15. Comfy wherever they need me to play, really.
And you mentioned attack-minded. I spoke to Boy CJ just before you. I mean, that's been a theme in the last couple of matches, isn't it? That the fact that you've shown your willingness to attack. Paul being an example, and Bennett, and I mean, what's changed? Has anything changed, do you think, in the last 4 or 5 games?
No, I think everyone wants to talk about attack. Attack's a fun thing to talk about, but to be honest, it starts with our defence, and that's what Mark's been really key on. We knew there was areas in our game, in attack-wise, we probably wanted to develop or push on. It's probably not even that. It's probably just show what we've been doing in training in games. But for that to happen, you need to defend well. You need to have the ball in the right areas of the pitch. And then the last few weeks, obviously, we've had a few results go our way. We've been playing well, and I think the confidence in winning brings the confidence of what we've been doing on training onto the field, really. And then, just to finish out, like you say, you can attack well, you can push a pass, or you can have a go when you're really confident with your defence. You know what the team can do defensively. Gives you the confidence out there, especially as backs, to see a bit of space and go attack it, rather than probably being up, I guess, a bit traditional mindset or a bit slower mindset.
What is Mark's strengths, would you say? What kind of a coach is he? I know his role's changed somewhat in that he was brought in as defence. He's now taking overall control. But what kind of a coach is he?
Yeah, well, I think that shows it right there. The fact that he can go from defence to flip to sort of overall, having a bit of fingerprint on our attack. His rugby IQ's up there with the best I've seen in coaches, to be honest. And not just his rugby IQ, but the way he can convey it to players and make players understand it. Because there's one thing knowing the game, but trying to get 23 boys or 30 boys, whatever it is, in training that week to do what you see or implement a game plan that might vary week to week, that's a massive strength of his, because if he doesn't have the players on the same hymn sheet, then there's no point really having the IQ. So I think his communication to the players, just clear, having them know what he expects from them, what he needs from them. I think that's been massive.
On this period, obviously, I spoke to him just before you came on. It's a tough period. It's a crucial period with players coming and going, players on international duty. But it is a time that can define your season as a team. Because if you can grind out results in this period, it can make all the difference.
Yeah, definitely. I think this period's funny for any team, so it's awesome the boys are getting selected for Wales. There's no doubt on that. Obviously, we get a couple back this weekend or whatever it is. I'm sure Leinster get the same. So for us, in the building at the moment, it's just focusing on the 23 we got here, the 30-man squad we got here, and the best we can do against whatever Leinster's going to put in front of us. Like we say, the better we go, the more boys we hopefully get in the sort of Welsh setup. But for us, there's no point worrying about potential matchups or what could happen or whatever. It's just we may as well face the facts of what's coming this weekend, and prepare well for that.
And it is some challenge, even without the abundance of players they've got on international duty. I think it was 23 in the squad initially. Obviously, some might come back, but it doesn't matter because the quality is there throughout, isn't it? With Leinster, they've got a B and a C side, if you like. It's so much stars throughout their side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think they've lost this year in any competition, so there's a certain level of respect you've got to give them, no doubt about that. But we've been working hard, coach has been working hard with coming up with a game plan this week that we think can go there and really challenge them. And we're not going into the game hoping to get a bonus point loss or anything like that. We're going in to win. So there's no doubt about that in our minds from the boys we've got in here. Yeah, you pay them respect. They're a great team. They've got, like you say, players that come in, step up, whatever it is. They're a well-oiled machine. But we don't see why we can't be the first team to beat them this year.
And you probably think as well, I mean, it was a tough start to the season. The first block didn't go as you would have liked. But is anything possible in terms of where you can progress in the table this year? If you can maintain, I suppose, that momentum we've seen in the last, 5-6 weeks?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know we're sort of... I actually don't even know where we are, to be honest, but I know that middle sort of area is pretty clogged up. Everyone's quite close, so for us, I don't think there's a whole lot of point looking at other teams and where they are and what points they're on or any of that sort of stuff. For us, it's about winning games, and if you're putting all your focus into that, you got the best chance of winning them. So I think it's pretty simple from that perspective. We keep winning games, we'll put ourselves with a chance at the end. Obviously, we know last year we made it hard for ourselves, but we got there. This year we'd like to make it a bit easier, but we know even if it comes down to last game, last bonus points, whatever it is, we can get there if need be. So it's just about winning games week on week.
And a lot has been made of Welsh regional rugby and the hardship and the financial strife and so forth. But, there are teams in the Scarlets, Cardiff, currently in that top half. Yourselves are sort of on an upward trajectory. You've made it last year, as you mentioned, to the last spot. So, I mean, it all helps, doesn't it? We could all receive a big shot in the arm overall for Welsh rugby, given what's happened.
So I'm not too sure what you're trying to get at there.
Well, the fact that you're on an upward trajectory, it's a big boost, to the general perception of Welsh rugby, I suppose. The fact if you can get into that top half as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, you've seen Cardiff and Scarlets is currently sitting in the top 8. There's no reason they can't hold those spots for the rest of the year. If we're trending up that way as well, that looks like 3 out of the 4 Welsh teams in really good spots. So we got confidence in the players around here. We got confidence that we can do what we need to do to get into the top 8. Start of the season wasn't ideal, but we're in the position we are now. But like you say, Welsh teams doing well is obviously good for the game, good for the regions, good for the supporters, whatever it is. So I can't say any negatives, to be honest, about them not doing well. So yeah, don't really know what else to touch on about
that. Just last one on yourself personally. I mean, how are you finding it this year? Are you happy with your personal form? And obviously, it's a competition for places, obviously, which spurs you on as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with how I've been playing. Obviously, there's always things you can be doing to get better, things you can implement each week. But I think the quality at the moment is, like you said, there's a little challenge on positions. If you have a down game, whatever it is, there's boys coming in ready to take the spot, so that keeps you on your toes, keeps you ready to go. But like we touched on earlier, to get 50 games for the club's a proud moment for me. So for me, it's about just working hard, playing well, and keep doing that to keep getting picked in the team each week, wherever that needs to be.